Destiny, karma, and free will. Destiny is the path a soul chooses in order to accomplish its ultimate purpose of self-realization. Whether we think we are submitted to its course or in control of it, we still are unsure of the makings of our destiny and what determines its unfoldment. That's why we need to take a look back at the history of our world, the great cosmic saga, to understand and unveil this big mystery. Let's do that. In the beginning, there is a source of power, which is all that is, primary force of this universe. It encapsulates all the energy, all the precursors of what will later come to existence. The light inside the source is made out of little corpuscule, little units of light or pixels. These pixels are the blueprints of the soul. We are contained in this source. We belong to it, and as such, we are an integral part of the launching or Big Bang. The light and the pixels can't be dissociated. They are one, like water and its drops. When the substance of source wants to get out, we want to get out as well. This is a monumental key to understand and later on realize at a deep heart/body level how to go about life and its experiences. We are the initiators, the creators of everything. If we proceed from the duality that followed the initial burst, when apparently we get separated and start to feel victimized, placing the power outside of us, we will always miss the point of our incarnation, which is re-own what we lost bit by bit via applying our ability to respond to our source, responsibility, to remember our true nature and fully realize it. If we miss that part, then we won't understand destiny and won't grab the meaning of our lives and its crucial learning process. So here we are as a unit of the initial power in the whole knowingness of this supreme place. We are creators, and creators design and conceive. We design a plan from our super consciousness of source. We know we are going to get out. We know how it's going to affect us in terms of loss of consciousness and its consequences. We know it all, and therefore what we design is precisely our destiny, a predetermined course of action or map. From the wide perspective we have, we put together a full preset of circumstances, being exactly aware of what and how we'll need to repair the losses we'll incur. Since the deficit of consciousness generates the takeover of the ego, destiny is the very plan that will keep the ego in check and ultimately conjure it all up. Destiny is the larger frame of our soul agreements. They both have the same purpose, which is to make sure we reassemble ourselves and get back home while gaining the full awareness of who we are. A supreme and rather intricate plan, ambitious and complex, filled with meanders and circumvolutions that defy the mind and its criteria. The course of our destiny is out of any rational, linear concept of the mental realm. Destiny is the road one has to take in order to achieve one's ultimate purpose of self-realization. Only the higher realm of the soul knows how to organize the journey. In this pathway to self-realization, we also run into something called karma. Karma is the ensemble of all the laws of actions and reactions. There is a reaction to all we do, allowing us to measure what we perform and adjust our behavior to get beyond the emotional entanglements based on the absence of self and ego reliance. A reaction does not necessarily occur in the same lifetime a particular action has been performed. According to the wheel of reincarnation, we always draw to ourselves the very protagonists we had in our prior games, the ones we have impacted with our actions, the ones that reflect the dynamics we are struggling with to know ourselves. We most of the time ensure that they are very close to us like parents, children, and partner in love or business, so we don't move on too easily, making sure we learn our lessons. Karma is really humbling, since it falls down on us as an implacable chopper. It comes along with an inextricable set of circumstances that is brilliantly orchestrated to push us to resolve our past and present issues. It is always tinted with a lot of suffering and frustration that for the untrained eye and uninitiated mind looks like irrational injustice, which responsibility has to be blamed on something or somebody. Now, between karma and destiny, we have free will, and we'll now look at it and its place in the saga of destiny. Once again, we have to put things in context in order to understand the picture. In the primary substance of creation, the essence, there are two components, the will and the spirit. The will is magnetic and emotional. It's the feeling part of the equation used to monitor what the other one is doing. The spirit is electrical, very quick and agile. It is the thinking part of the equation. It takes brave strides and explores. We lost a lot of the will. Please refer to my book, Goddess, the Creation Revisited, on my site. This book explains the story of the will and the spirit, what happened to the initial will, and why we struggle to recover it. It also explains the crucial importance of stopping the conscious and unconscious condemnation of our feelings and emotions. Basically, there is no free will if the initial will is not retrieved. That is the cornerstone of self-recovery. Without our will, we can't realize ourselves and only operate from an illusion mostly based of another kind of will that replaced the original one, the ego will or pseudo-will. We might feel like we have free will since we can make decisions in our lives and are apparently in command. But as long as we can't distinguish which one is which, all infiltrated and confused that we are with our programs, we'll continue to exercise our will to have an importance, a sense of value outside of ourselves, not realizing that all we do is to stride in the same spot, barking at the wrong tree, an illusionary tree. We know now that it's not possible to realize self in the having department, the mere reflection of who we are, and can only realize it into the being one. Ego will have a powerful drive. It can build a serious momentum that can translate into lots of achievements that would seriously reinforce its legitimacy. But as the soul grows on its way toward its purpose of self-realization, the destiny scenarios will change, and one will be nudged into converting the pseudo-will and the glorification of the ego to true will and realization of self.